Hello and welcome to my first video on this YouTube channel. My name is Liam and this channel is going to be a car restoration show where I am rebuilding this Triumph TR4, which is from 1963. So I'm going to show you from start to finish how the average person takes a classic car restoration project on and how they can bring it back into the present day. To give you a quick summary of the car to date, about 20 or 30 years ago, my father-in-law had got a call saying there's an old Triumph TR4 in a scrapyard ready to get thrown in the bin. So he went down there and saved it from the scrapyard and started on bringing it back into life by putting new floor pans, firewalls, getting the chassis shot blasted and certified, rebuilding the engine, and then to date, years later, passed the car down to me as a gift, and I have been working on the rear of the car, putting a new boot pan, boot sides. I have fabricated patch panels on the wheel tubs. I've been working my way along the inside of the car here, putting on a new internal quarter panel, working down onto the B-post currently at the minute, realigning the door and working my way down onto here, onto the sill, and just working on this triangle stiffener that stiffens up the B-post, which I will be showing you later in this video. As the original stiffener that I cut off the car when I was putting in the rear quarter panel and the accessing the B-post and realigning the door. This is the piece I'm going to show you how to make. I will first of all sand down this new piece of steel. I'll mark it off. I'll show you how I cut it up, how I fold it into place using this folding machine, and then I will take you over to the car and show you how I weld it in. First of all, I'll take some measurements on this piece. Got a 130mm by 130mm. First of all, before I do anything, I like to sand down this steel to get all the surface rust off. Just use a basic orbital sander with some 3M discs on it. So that's that clean. That'll save some time when we're welding it on. You don't want any surface rust because oxidation. You don't want that to go into the weld pool when you're welding. So it'll make quite a porous weld. So I'm going to want to mark this off. So I know it's a triangle that needs to be 130mm by 130mm. I'll need to figure out how much excess material I need to make the folds. So 15 by 15. what I've done here is, I know I need 130 mil from here to here, and 130 mils from here to here, and I want 15 mil here, 15 mil here. So just to mark this out, to try and so I know how much material I need to cut, I just used trigonometry, so I can just find out how much extra to come up here, how much extra to come up here, so I'm not wasting any material. Figure that out. I need to have to form an extra 15 and 15, so 30. I need an extra 42.5 mil. I've added on maybe a 4 mil each fold as well, because when I go to fold it in this machine, I'll lose some of the material length when I bend it over and it arcs round. So I marked this off, doubled it onto the other side as well, because I've got two sides of the car that I'll need to replace. So what we'll do now is just deburr the edges, and then we'll fold it. Make a 90-degree bend. Just bend. Now let's fold this. Fold it up the way. There's the first piece. The next bit I'll add on to it is just a flat piece of steel that'll go over the back. and then we'll put it on the car. Two pieces. Weld this bit in here first. Weld along here, weld along here. I will then weld it into place here, here, all the way around. And that should look good. We'll soon find out. It's quite tough because this panel's kind of slightly curved. This is slightly curved. You just bend this slightly. Start off just with a couple of tacks, make sure it's in the right place. Get one down the back here. Hold one side of this one and welding the other. Excellent. And that's tacked in place. Left-handed welding. Very good. Right. Could have had some extra light in here. what I'm doing is here, because I'm welding, the metal's about a mil thick, is I'm just running, just a tack, stop, move over a bit, tack, move over a bit, tack, just so it doesn't blow through the metal, because that's just a pain when that happens. Now I'll keep coming back and working it along. I'm not too afraid of this warping here, but when I've been welding larger sections like the boot pan, it's much more important to be doing that every inch or so, pulling it down, making sure it doesn't contract. Because when you weld, you're heating up the metal, extremely hot, melting the metal, sticking it together, which obviously puts a lot of heat into it. And when you put heat into a material, it expands in size, and then when it shrinks, it cools, it shrinks, and it draws all the metal back in, and that's when you end up with a lot of warping. So there's a couple of ways to get around it. You can either slowly tack, keeping the panel nice and cold, as cool as possible, or welding it up, and if you can get in, just use your hammer and dolly and hammer the metal back out, so when it shrinks and contracts and you hammer it again, you're stretching that metal back out to try and get it somewhere where it used to be. But I'm not too concerned with this, I just don't want to blow through the material. So here is finished product. It should look good. So that's what I've been working on today.